Yo, what's going on, everyone? I feel like the scene has definitely quieted down a bit, and I feel like a lot of people have gone missing. Where is everyone? I get a lot of people have gone to jail and this, and certain situations have happened, but I feel like we've lost so much talent. So I thought, let me see if I can remember some of the artists that went missing, and even if they've been releasing or what have they been doing. First one that comes to mind for me personally was probably Django Bside, and I'm looking at it now, yeah, and I think the last time he released was 7 years ago. Do you know how long that is? This guy, in my opinion, back then for drill, was like the king of hooks back when videos were more. In fact, the whole of Bside went missing. I can't even say just Django's name. I've got to say it's the whole of Bside. Where did they go? They're definitely on the list, bro. They was getting, look at the views. They were getting the craziest numbers. 2.9 million, 8 million. Let me just, what if I just type in B-side? Yeah, okay, 30 released 3 years ago. But other than that, 6, 7 years ago. Is that how fast time has gone? 1 million, 2 million. I know they had some videos deleted, but everything was in the strong millions and they just stopped dropping music. Next I got on my list, I'm not sure if you remember, I'm not even sure if I'll find this video, but he was from Fulton Heath. MD? I think he was from Fulton Heath. The last video he dropped 7 years ago. I find it hard to believe that it was 7 years ago since all these artists were dropping. Obviously, I've only covered two, but that's mad. For those that don't know, I think he's from Fulton Heath. He only dropped a few songs. He didn't drop a lot from the looks of it. He didn't drop a lot of music. I think he only dropped a few songs, but he was doing well, especially 7 years ago. Look, he had a next start, he had a couple releases, I've done some videos for him. He was hitting over 100,000 views, and then that's it. He just stopped. I'm not sure if you lot remember him. I do, only because I worked with him. So next on the list, Young CB. When was his last release? Again, 5 years ago. I don't understand why some of them stopped music. From my knowledge, from what I heard, I think he went, is it true, did he go back into football? Or he just completely stopped music? And to come out with a name like that, he had a lot of pressure to match, but he did it. Look how many songs he released. He was actually doing well. Young CB, definitely on the list. Then we go all the way down to South London. Oh boy. Oh boy, why did you stop making music again? Oh boy was from Kennington, part of a group called Cuckoo. Saying that back sounds a bit weird. I know a few years ago he did hit me up to drop a video, but his majority of his stuff, 7 years ago is when his stuff was dropping, and now he stopped. What do you mean was a classic as well? Look at that, 2 million views. Next on the list, from Brixton as well, Sparks. You know the whole 410 kind of Sparks, like Young Rendo. Wait, I say Young Rendo is Skengdo. So yeah, Sparks, Blacks, Yams. Again, where did they all go? 5 years ago they dropped. I know Blacks tried to remarket himself and call himself a different name. Yams, I believe, I have no idea. And Sparks has dropped like 2, 3 songs, had so much demand, and just never released again. I remember randomly the Prophet hit me up to do this video. Yeah, these times here, I feel like no one took music seriously, but they were all getting numbers, and now we've come to a stage where everyone's taking music seriously, but no one's getting any numbers anymore. When I mean no one, there is a lot of people right now that are getting good numbers, but I'm just saying in the general, I feel like it was much more broad and open. It was easier for artists to come out as a rapper and get 10k, 50k, 100k. Now, even established artists, I feel like they're struggling to even get 100k. It's a bit of a weird time we're in, but Sparks, man, where did you go? 7 years we filmed this. Time's flying. Alright, next on my list is the infamous Loose One, from CGM 1011 to then rebranding as a solo artist without doing group songs. I know he had like crazy conditions and he wasn't allowed to do songs with anyone, but why did he stop music? I remember at the time working with him, he was trying to take music so seriously. He actually liked doing music. He actually wanted to become, I think, I would say, a famous rapper, but he had some classics as well. If you're an old drill fan, definitely know about Loose One. Same again, look at this, 5 years, 7 years, 6 years, and still nothing new. I don't understand why they disappear. Obviously, I know everyone goes through life differently. I know a lot of artists I've worked with personally, I could say, that went through a 2-3 year break. Stuff happens in life. You can't always expect them to be releasing music when they've got things going on, but still, like, everyone's just gone. just like that. These times, and you can get away with having anything in your video and it won't get taken down. Now, if I show you lot some of the guidelines of what can be put in. Back to South London. I forgot all their names. They were called SNR, Leighton Quef. There we go. L-Face, S. And I think there was one more, K6, Kiz. Yes, I remember this. These lot had the dance. Is it this video here? Yeah, this was the dance. This was the funniest drill dance I remember. People had to get creative them times. But when did we release this? This came out again 7 years ago. Is things here? Is that when the drill scene really and truly just died down 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Because I feel like now it's at a complete stop. Complete stop. Like it's just terrible. I can't, like, I have no fun in the drill scene no more, or even in the UK music scene. Now it's just gotten so boring. But like when I have conversations with people, when did it kind of start falling off? When did it change? People are like, oh, a year ago, recently. But looking back at all the people that kind of shaped it and built the scene, it was all 5, 6, 7 years ago. Next, we go all the way. I'm gonna put Tookie's name. It's AD Tookie. But I would say all of them. Scatty, Mad L, FG. Again, look at the timestamp. It's 6, 7 years ago. No one's like. I know Tookie did drop something with M24. Yeah, okay. That says a year ago. Okay, he dropped something 5 years ago. But other than that, like I understand like Gully. Gully, for example, went to prison. He's kind of limited onto what he can release and what he can do. But the ADs, they had, in my opinion, at that time, they had the hardest flow in the game. Tookie, FG, Mad L, Scatty, they was actually fun to work with. Videos were simple, quick, 20-30 minute videos, done quickly, go home, edit, release. They was ready to do another one next week. I know a few of their stuff got taken down, but the ones that are here, the top three ones here, and they were getting decent numbers. Look, 700k, 500k. I wish Tookie could come back into the scene. He was cold. Next, I might be taking it a bit too far. A lot of you lot probably might not even remember them, yeah? BT and Rendo. BT and Rendo. This one goes back even a bit more, 9 years, man. We're nearly at a decade with them. A decade they've been missing. But 7 years, 8 years, yeah, they had a few little releases. But 9 years, look, they even got one on 10. Quiet Pack TV, BT, Tiny Sites, Rendo. 10 years ago. Wow. Wow. I remember running around as a kid in Brixton filming videos when I was like 13, 14. This song was already popular. It was already popping off. The audio was out for a year and they just filmed the video, and still back then my camera quality was so terrible. But where is it? Yeah, I did this 8 years ago. 1 million views as well on an audio that was already released. I don't know why they stopped. Obviously they did. It was good for Skengdo and AM to come out after, but imagine them if they stayed as a group. If we had BT, Rendo, Skengdo, AM songs, TS, all of them, Sparks, J Slap It, all of them came together. Imagine how powerful that would have been. Next, we're still in the south side, so Bside. This one's a bit more recent. As you can see, we've got 4 years. We're not back to the 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. 4 years ago, that's when I was filming videos. Wow. Yeah, I've had a long break. Anyway, Bside. I'm not sure where he went. He might have went jail. I think so. I could be wrong. He might have just quit music. Do you know what it is? I don't blame people that give up music if it's not profitable for them. If it's not making money. If it's not making them a lot of money, I don't blame them if they just say, oh, forget it. I don't want to do it no more. Because what's the point? Videos are expensive, you know. Trust me, there's some videos that I've spent, my projects that I've done that I've spent silly money on. And there's some that have been cheap, quick, cheap, boom. But even this one, if I didn't fund this one, Bside funded this one. But look, if you think about it, you got a mansion, and I know that mansion, I've used that mansion before, and I know that mansion is like 2 grand for like 6 hours. He didn't really get any cars here, so it was just models. Oh, that don't really look like a car you pay for. Yeah, so even so, this video, 2 grand, getting everyone down, cabs, models, this, that. Let's just cap it at 3 grand. Imagine doing that every time you drop 5 videos, 10 videos in 1 year. What you spend? 30 grand on music videos. No, you don't have to spend that much each time, but there's videos I've been at where the artist has spent over 10, 15 grand, and the videos and the songs only managed to get like 50,000 views. He hasn't managed to get much streams and make his money back. So to them, financially, they might feel like, there's no point. So I understand why if some people would give up. Next, we're still keeping it south. Tizzy T, Moscow. Now, I actually don't know. You know what? I need to get an archive of all these videos. I feel like there was a stage where, remember when loads of drill videos were getting deleted? There was a stage where I managed to save some, but they were on private and unlisted, and they still got their millions of views. But I know as soon as I click public, it will get taken down. Just because of the fact that there was so many warnings come through. But I remember, yeah, Moscow 70, Moscow March, that got taken down in the era of when everything was getting removed. But obviously, GB is not here no more, so RIP GB. Loose, is it Screw Loose or Loose Screw on this? Loose Screw. Yeah, he's still dropping. He's still going strong. I think he just brands himself as Loose now. But Tizzy T, where did Tizzy T go? From what I heard, I don't know. Did he just stop, quit, go to prison for like 20 years? Because I feel like it's been forever. But yeah, man. Let me know if there's any artists I missed. I'm probably gonna do a part 2 on this. I'll be honest with you. I just thought of a few names in my head. I'm trying new things now because I feel like the drill scene is so boring now. And before, I'll be out filming this, that, active. It was fun. Now, because I feel like it's so boring, I thought, let me just vlogs, stream, talk about certain things. Like, I don't know, give me some ideas of certain things to talk about, certain topics. I could talk about madnesses that have happened at video shoots, not in depth though, but obviously how I started Pressplay, how I built it up, what happened, this situation, that situation. A million things have happened. As you can see, I was doing videos from like 9 years ago. So it wasn't just like a whole smooth journey. I just think, let me just try something new. So if you lot want me to do more content like this, let me know what other kind of videos I should do. If I should do similar ones, if I should do something completely different. But yeah, it's just something new that I'm just trying to kind of like tap into.